Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Marla. I am a stay-at-home and work-from-home mom of 4. And I wanted to talk about recession today and how we are saving money during a recession. As you all know, doesn't matter where you live, everybody is seeing increased pricing on food and supplies, and income isn't going up as quickly. So we're all definitely feeling a lot of tightening within our budgets. And so I wanted to just share a couple tips. Hopefully can help you guys. These are nothing crazy. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, just what we're doing day to day to get through this tough time. I will say as well, a disclaimer is thankfully I do have my own business, which does give me some leeway as far as inflation goes, right? So as costs go up, I do have that opportunity to increase my pricing and things like that. Whereas if you are working for an employer, obviously you're on a set income, so it can make it a little bit more challenging. So it's a little bit easier on our end. That being said, being a business owner means my business expenses are skyrocketing, as well as obviously you're dealing, because we're in a recession, you're dealing with a lot of people who just simply cannot afford the service. And so we are losing, clients here and there and things like that. So all the way around, I think it's pretty leveled out, whether you're self-employed or working for someone. But either way, like I said, we're all feeling the pinch. And I wanted to share some things that we're doing that I find are working. I'm in the mindset that right now, the best time to invest and actually build wealth is during the recession, because once everything starts to drop, that's the time where you want to be investing into wherever you put your money. Now is the time, but a lot of us are so tight during the recession that we don't have that opportunity to actually invest. So what we decided to do is just really peel away from other areas of our life where we are spending normally, really peel back all of those areas that we're spending, and then hopefully, number one, have enough money to, first of all, get through the recession and the inflated prices, but maybe even have a little extra to put away. So some areas that we are cutting back on, and I have mentioned this before in a previous video, but I'll just kind of reiterate it here, is number one, like eating out, buying coffees and things and teas out of the house. So I'll give you an example. Before the actual inflation happened and recession is occurring, so last year, previous year, we were eating out several times a week, because with my business, I was working so much, I didn't have time to cook a lot. So we would just go out and eat. And almost every time we were out of the house, we would be buying a bubble tea or a coffee from Starbucks or something like that, right? We would be buying a drink of some sort that's at least $7. And this is every time we would leave the house. And it was because we could. And we were like, you know what, why not? But now that we are starting to feel the craziness in the economy, we have stopped buying drinks out of the house. So now we won't go to Starbucks, or we won't go and buy a bubble tea. Anything we want, we make at home and we take it out with us. So if we're going to go out for a drive, I will go make us some mochas or matchas or a hot cocoa or even a bubble tea. I'll make them at home, and it's way healthier as well. But besides the point, the fact is it saves you hundreds of dollars a month or a year, however often you're buying them. And so that's one massive area that we're saving, and we realize, like, wow, just that one area we're cutting back on has left us with a lot more money in the account. The second area is eating out. Now, it's not to say I still don't eat out. I mean, we do eat out, but now it's like maybe once a month versus a couple times a week. So we are saving thousands of dollars. And because we're a family of 6, technically 5 because the baby's still too small to eat, but because we're a big family, like we feed all the kids, it's like good $150 minimum wherever we go to eat. So by now, just really being mindful of that and eating everything in home has saved us a lot of money. So that's the area number one where we've cut back on, pretty much cut out completely. Area number 2 is clothing. So again, before I would just be shopping online and I'd find a cute sweater or a nice pair of jeans, and I would just buy them and not think twice. But now when I see the prices of everything, not that I feel like food has gone up the most, even more than clothing, but clothing's gone up as well. And just seeing the prices of everything now, I look and I say, okay, an $80 pair of jeans could get us X amount of food for the week. So I'd rather put our money to the food. I don't need the jeans. And I like that with everything else, with my kids' clothes, with all of our shoes, everything. We don't buy unless we desperately need to replace. So my son's running shoes ripped and they were like literally like an opening in the front. We bought him a new pair. Had they not ripped, we would not have bought a new pair. So we are wearing everything down. We're getting our use out of everything before we buy. So we're not just buying now for fun, or we're not impulse buying anymore. It's purely if we need it. My son does not have a winter coat because he shot up this winter and nothing fits him. So he will be getting a new winter coat. We're obviously going to buy it on sale. There's some good sales right now, but that's where we would buy, is when we need it, rather than just, oh, hey, let's just get something. And it's really, really helping to cut back in that area. The third area that we're cutting out on is buying stuff. So we have done a lot of renovations in our home, and I filmed a long time ago a house tour, and I'll do an updated one because we've done so much and I cannot wait to show you guys what we've done. And my husband's really done it all himself, and that saved us a lot of money. But because we've done so many renovations, we now want to like redecorate the home and get new pieces of furniture and style the house because it looks so nice. But one thing that we're really not doing is that. So I'm not going out and buying rugs and pieces of furniture and mirrors and all the things that I would want to style our home. Even in our bedroom, we got rid of our bedroom set because we needed a new bed. And with that bedroom set, we got rid of our nightstands and everything because it was like all one set. So we sold the set and we got rid of everything with it. We don't have nightstands in our room, and it's literally been on my to buy list for so long. But I'm like, there's always somewhere more important to put our money than a nightstand in my room. So we'll get it eventually, but now is not the time. So that's what I mean by not shopping for random stuff anymore. Like, we're not just going up to the store and I'm like, oh, that's a cute vase, I'm gonna buy it, or that's a really nice blanket, let's just buy it. It's really cut back a lot in those areas. And again, you don't realize how much you spend until you stop spending, and then you really sit back and look and say like, wow, it's hundreds of dollars between eating out, thousands of dollars between eating out, buying drinks out of the home, buying random, going to HomeSense and just buying something random, not because you really need it, but because it's nice. If you have the luxury to do it, enjoy it, go for it. But in this economy, I'm like, we need to cut where we can and really be so mindful of where our money goes. And that brings me to my fourth point, is online shopping. So another thing I used to do is I would just go on like Natura Market or well.ca, Amazon, and I would just like buy healthy snacks, fun drinks. If we were wanting like something sweet, I'd buy like healthy organic candy. So I just buy random stuff, not because we needed all the snacks and the treats, but just because, hey, why not? And so I was literally having at least one package, sometimes 2 or 3, coming to the house every day with food and different things. And I stopped doing that. So I have not gone and shopped online in so long and haven't really bought anything. And now if we do want snacks or stuff like that, I'll just get them while I'm at my store. And that way I'm getting what I need. I'm not just browsing a website and finding a whole bunch of awesome stuff and just adding it to a cart and buying it. And this has also saved me so much money. So those are a few tips. Now there's other areas where we've cut back on. Thankfully, we were really looking, like during COVID, those few years, we were really looking around and we were saying, what's going to be happening? And we knew with everybody losing jobs and people being laid off and factories shutting down because, of the pandemic and all that, we saw businesses go under, and we started to realize people are going to start to get tight with their money and things are going to start to get crazy. And so we did kind of plan ahead a little bit and tried to find areas in our home where we can really save. For example, solar is something that we got into. We don't have enough to be self-sufficient, but at least it's like subsidizes a little bit our electric costs. And the same thing goes for like rainwater and things like that, collecting rainwater to use to water our gardens versus our cistern water. Things like that are just little areas, again, where you're now saving a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there. And in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, it saves us a lot of money. Something my husband did and does every year, but more so this past year, is the gardens. So he planted even more than he normally does, and we had some really nice harvests. We were able to get a lot of food. I put a lot in the freezer. This year, the harvest wasn't as great as it normally should be because we had our baby right in July, and there was a lot of complications. So we were pretty much in the hospitals for 4 weeks straight with him. And then our gardens naturally got neglected as we weren't here to water them and stuff. So a lot of stuff died. But overall, we still got a lot of good food, and that also helps save us financially in that area. But other than that, those are the biggest areas. I'm going to make probably a part 2 to this and on other ways you can save. But the last thing I will leave you with as far as ways to save is to be so mindful of where you are grocery shopping. So for example, if I know that I'm going to be cooking pasta this week, if I go to my grocery store that has organic pasta sauce, the sauce is about $6.99 or $7.99 for a jar. And I usually use about 2 jars for our family. If I go to Costco, I can get organic sauce for $6.99 or $7.99, but I get 3 really big jars. So it's like a massive savings. I get, 3, 4, 5 times the amount that I would get with one item at Costco versus, an item in my store. So for the cost. So planning ahead is what we do. If I know I'm going to need my pasta sauce, I know I'm going to need my oils and my pasta bags and whatever else, instead of going to my store and buying the item to hold me over for the week, I will just wait and I'll find something else, I'll pivot, I'll make do with what I have at home until I can get to Costco and then buy all the stuff that I need. So yes, you spend more when you're at Costco because you're buying in bulk, but it lasts you so much longer that in the long run, you're spending less. I'll give you an example. If I don't go to Costco and I just go to my grocery store here and I buy what I would need to buy for the entire month, I usually go to the store once a week. So if I go 4 times, I buy what we need for that whole month from my grocery store. For our family, because we're eating organic, which we have kind of like pivoted a little bit with the cost now, but because we eat organic, we're spending about $3,000 a month on food. Now, I know this sounds crazy to probably a lot of people, but when I tell you that my children are massive eaters, I mean it. My kids will eat and they're thin, they're just active and really big appetites and growing quick. But like my sons will eat more than we eat, like huge full plates of food at every meal. So I never have leftovers anymore. We're just constantly going through food. We also don't eat meat a lot. I eat meat maybe twice a week maximum. So we're mostly plant-based just for cost reasons as well. And it still costs us that much. If I go to Costco and I buy exactly what I need for the month from Costco, up front, it'll be a lot more. But then over the whole course of a month, I might spend $1,000, $1,200 max for the month on food that we need from Costco. So that just puts into perspective for you the difference it would be if I were to just buy everything from one grocery store versus really planning and then buying in bulk or going to a discounted store where possible. So that's something that we started to do more of, is really sit down. I make a list of what I'm going to need and I won't go and just buy it at my store for convenience. I will wait and I will go to Costco and I will get all of my stuff from there. So that's a big help as well. So those are my tips. That's what we've been doing. Like I said, every day as we're going through this, we're pivoting and we're trying to like change what we're doing and build better habits. Either way, we're trying to build better habits with the kids on spending, on investing. We're trying to educate them about money and explaining to them that like just because they have the money and they see something that they want, it doesn't mean they need to have it. And so to hold on to that money and save it up a little bit for either something better or in case of a rainy day. And so we're trying to get those like saving, concepts into their mind. And at the same time, it's affirming it for us as well. Somebody, and I mentioned this way before on this channel when I was talking about money, but somebody I follow on YouTube, and I've been following him for a good minimum 10 years. Like since I was about 17 years old, I've been watching his videos. So maybe even more, I probably at this point, 12 years or more, is Dave Ramsey. He is so good with finances. What I really like is his simple approach and his concept of just paying down your debts before you buy anything else. He starts off with a simple build $1,000 emergency fund. So on a rainy day, you have $1,000 to tap into if needed. Otherwise, you don't touch it. And before you go and buy a new car or move to a bigger house or go and buy that expensive hot tub or something, pay down debts first. Get debt free, which is like the best way to be throughout your life, but especially during a recession and all that. Be debt free. Then from there, you can invest your money into your investments and you can then, buy what you want essentially. If you're paying cash for things and you have the money, enjoy it. And so we've been following him for years and we always try to follow that concept, is keep our debts low. If we don't have the money, don't buy it. And even if we do, think ahead and say, what are we going to need within the next few months? If food keeps going up the way, like increasing the way it is, we're going to wish we had this money to then put towards food that in the future. So that's kind of what we're doing. Really planning ahead. I was like mind blown to buy a bag of organic apples. There's 6 apples in the bag. It's $12.99, which is wild to me when I used to pay like $6.99 for that. And I thought that was a lot at the time. So $12.99 for like 6 organic apples is a scam. I'm like, that's not happening. So we just are not buying those apples. I'll wait, I'll go to Costco, and for like $10.99 you get about 15 apples, I think, which is still a lot, but it's still expensive, but at least it's a little bit cheaper. But it's just crazy. Like every time I go to the store, something that I normally buy every time has gone up a few dollars. And same with like building costs. You know, my husband goes out to the store to buy renovation supplies and it's like doubled, or you know, it's gone up several dollars. So everything is going up, and you want to foresee that and plan for it. Yes, you might be okay right now, but if food goes up or doubles within the next couple months or weeks, will you have enough to go and buy food then? So maybe put a little bit away, and that's kind of where our mindset is. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, let me know. I would love to know what you guys are doing to save and hold on to everything during this recession. So comment them down below. But I just wanted to share this little video because it was a topic that's been on my mind, and now that we're getting more and more into the trenches of things, I thought it would be a good time to share it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.